Hey everyone, Marcus Selly here, and today I'm be teaching you exactly why following the crowd leads you to failure most of the time, right? Now, the reason I was thinking about this is because I was thinking about when I first started in my online journey and how when I first decided I was going to try to learn how to make money online or start an online business, right? And I went to my friends and family about it. What they told me was, hey, don't go try that. Don't go do that. Those things don't work, right? The common things that you hear whenever you try to go into business or do something that's different than the norm. Uh, and the reason for that is because it's something called group think, right? And this is why whenever you try to do something that is opposite to the norm, you always get a lot of resistance and pushback because what people have is something called group think. And I'm gonna explain to you exactly what group think is and why it is so dangerous, right? And often leads to a lot of people having failure instead of success. Okay. So what is groupthink? Groupthink is literally that, where a bunch of people have come up with an idea and they believe it for some reason, not even knowing where the idea originated from. But it has become adopted as truth, even though it is not the truth. So let me give you an example, right? Growing up, I was always told, go to school. You're gonna go to school, you're gonna get a degree, you're getting a good job, and then you're gonna get a nice house or the white picket fence, and everything's gonna take care of itself. Like that's the recipe and the formula for success. And I was told that by my parents, right? And they were told that by the media or whoever else was told them that, right? But I guarantee you, if you're on this video right now, you've probably heard that before. You don't know where it originated from, but your parents told you it. Their parents probably told them it. Their parents probably told them it, right? And the thing is, at one point in time, that might have been the truth. I don't know, right? But during my time, that has not been the truth, right? And how you can prove that groupthink is wrong, for example, is this. So just for that idea, right? Like I just said, the idea is go to school and draw school. So this is gonna be a school. Go to school. It's gonna be a school right here. Okay, I'm gonna put S right here, school. Get a degree. So you're gonna put paper right here for degree, right? Go to school, get a degree equals success, right? Or financial freedom, whatever you might think it is. That's what we've been taught. Now, let me just ask you this, right? Just objectively speaking, can you think of anyone in your life who has followed this formula and it has resulted to this, where they are financially free or they live in the life that they want, they're happy with the life that they have the white picket fence? How many people can you think of, just off the top of your head, who went to school, got a degree, and is now living a fulfilled, fruitful life that they wanted? This is what happened to me, right? What happened to me was this. I was told, go to school, get a degree, get a good job, and everything's gonna work out great for you, right? So I actually decided to follow that to a degree. So what happened was, went to school, got out of high school, then I went to community college, and before I went to community college, I was like, hey, I'm gonna start a business where I'm gonna get into coding. I want to make a certain website, and I was like, I gotta go to school to learn how to do this. And what I did was, the summer before I started my classes, I actually went on YouTube and looked up how to do coding. I learned some coding stuff, how to code websites, right, in 2 months. I go back when I actually finally start my class that semester for web designing and things like that. They were literally reteaching me what I had already learned in the YouTube videos. And when that happened, I kind of had like this. I'm like, what? I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Why are they teaching me what I just learned on YouTube for free here? Right. But then it also got my mind going even more. I started just looking more into the whole go to school, get a degree, you're gonna have a successful life. I started just thinking more rationally. Like the people that I knew in my life that had degrees, they were not like it didn't equal this, the success or the financial freedom. A matter of fact, they were barely getting by themselves. They were working jobs they didn't want to work, right? If they even got jobs in their field, which most of them didn't, right? They were struggling financially, working jobs they didn't want to work, and they were in a ton of student debt, right? So what I found was that going to school, getting a degree did not equal success or freedom. What it actually equaled was, and I'm going to show you, and you can listen. If you don't believe me, you can literally just go look it up. All right. What it actually equaled was debt and struggle. That's what I found that this actually equaled, was debt and struggle. But you gotta ask yourself, well, if it equals debt and struggle, right? And this is not like a hidden secret. You could just go and look up the student loan debt crisis. That's a bubble right now, right? Because of this, because everyone's told the same story, right? You can just look at people's lives who've actually gone and who's actually followed this formula, and you'll see that it equals this 9 times out of 10. Not only that, right? You can actually see. I'm losing my train of thought. Give me a second. So, I forgot what I was about to say. But, what was I going to say? Oh, not only that, you'll actually see that. You go look it up and you'll see that majority of people who graduate with a degree don't even get a job in their field and almost never even uses that degree to create an income for themselves and their lives. So essentially they're getting themselves to all of this debt, was told this story of financial, and it usually leads them to debt and struggle. Now, groupthink isn't only in there. I'm going to show you another example of groupthink that actually got me recently. There's another example of groupthink and why this is so dangerous and why you have to be able to think for yourself and actually look and research to see if what people are saying are true, right? Look and see what people think are true. Now, the reason why people do groupthink, you'd probably be like, hey, but why would people, and people aren't purposely trying to trick you. I want you to understand that. Like, when your friends and family are telling you, hey, go to school, get a job, get a degree, this is the way for success. They're not telling you this because they hate you or they don't like you. Like, their intent is not that they're trying to harm your life. They actually are trying to do good for you. But the things that they really don't know themselves. And what happens with groupthink is that groupthink, it's easier to follow the crowd than to go against it. Right? Because when you go against the crowd, what happens is this. Okay? What happens is this. When you go against the crowd, what happens is this. So when I decided to leave groupthink and I came to that realization that, going to school, getting a degree was not it. Like, it wasn't going to give the life that I wanted, right? I started hearing from my mom. Like, when I told my mom and my friends that I was going to do this, they're like, oh my God, like, she was like heartbroken. She was like, how are you going to survive? How are you going to live? Like, how are you going to make it in life? Because she was always taught you have to go to school, get a degree to be able to get a better job, or you're going to get a terrible job, your life is going to suck. I don't have a degree now. I'm making more than anyone I personally know on a monthly basis and literally doing it from home without a job, right? And now my mom that I made it, she's like, oh, she understands now because I went through that. But usually when you go against groupthink, you're going to get a lot of friction from those people because they have certain belief and thought patterns that they've been told since they were a kid. And when you start to come against that, they're going to come against you because it comes against their beliefs, even if it is not true. So let me give you guys another example of this. Another example of this that got me was crypto or Bitcoin. Put here for Bitcoin, right? I remember back in, 2017? It was a bubble. Or it was getting one of the other, a bull run, not a bubble, bull run was happening, right? And what happened was having a bull run, the media and everybody was like, this is the time to buy, right? Like, you should buy right now. And buying is going to equal profits. I think Bitcoin at that time, the price was like $20,000. It was insane mania. It was the highest it had ever been. Everybody's like, you gotta buy Bitcoin. You gotta buy Bitcoin. This thing is going to like $100,000 a coin, $1 million a coin. You gotta put money inside of this thing. You put money inside of this thing, you're going to make profits. Like, it was guaranteed. So I'm like, listen to everybody. They're like, yeah, go put money into Bitcoin. Go money in Bitcoin. This is the time to buy. Right? The markets are super high. And I go to buy Bitcoin because I listen to the market. Or I listen to the group think, what everybody was saying at the time. The TV, the news is saying, everybody was saying it. And you know what happened? It tanked. It tanked, and all the money that's going up went. Because what usually happens is this. And this is what happens usually with even like Bitcoin. What happens with crypto and things like that. I'm not like a trading expert. I've traded a little bit, but here's what happens. It's the value of the market really goes off of groupthink, right? So, and Warren Buffett says it, you want to be greedy when everybody is fearful and fearful when everybody's greedy, okay? The market usually goes like this. The market is super low right here, right? Bitcoin is like right here, super dirt cheap. Everybody's like, I don't want that. It's not worth anything. Then the market goes up to here, right? Everybody's like, buy, 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 buy. Well, half people who are smart and bought right here in the market, they end up selling up here, right? They dump their bags on you. Then the market goes back down here again, and everybody's like, I'm not gonna buy, but the smart people are buying right here. Then it goes back up again, and you see it happen like every 3 or 4 years. Everybody's like, oh my God, Bitcoin, buy, 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 buy. And everyone on the news is talking about it. And everybody's like, yeah, you should invest in the crypto. Look at how much it's gone up during the years. When really you should be buying right here when nobody's buying. What Warren Buffett even talking about, right? And then you should be selling up here. But people do the reverse because they follow the crowd. Now, this isn't a video about crypto. I'm not telling you about trading or anything like that. This is more so a video about understanding why you have to stop operating in groupthink if you want to be successful in your life and anything you do, okay? So what happens is this, especially when it comes to groupthink. So like, let's take it back to even like the online business stuff, right? You were told, yeah, don't go do like, you'll hear a lot of opportunities online. We're like, yeah, don't go do that. It's super hard or it's a scam, right? That's the groupthink for the most part. It's changing now because people are starting to realize like, oh, there's really some opportunity online. But back when I first started online in 2013, everyone, like whenever somebody heard about you trying to make money online or anything, they're like, oh, at the scam, those things don't work. That was the group think, and they believe that to be true. Even though you could go and find people right now, even back then, you'd be able to find a group of people, right? So say there's like probably 500 people over here who had got financial freedom, okay? And you can find them all over the place. You find a lot more than 500 nowadays. They got financial freedom, but the group think says this does not work. Even though it is proven to work and see where is actually happening. Let me give you an example. If everyone said going to the gym and working out 6 days a week will not get you six-pack abs, it just does not work. But there was literally 20 people or 500 people who went to the gym for 6 days a week and worked out, did the same workout and got six-pack abs. Would you say that does not work if even the group said it doesn't work? No, because that sounds insane. Because you can literally prove it. There's actually examples that proves that this actually does work, which is why most of the time groupthink is actually wrong. And because most people follow groupthink, this is why most people go to college nowadays, get themselves into a crazy amount of debt, don't find any success in their lives because they're following groupthink. And this isn't just for college either. This is for a lot of things, right? So what you have to do if you want to set yourself free from this is you have to start being someone that can think for themselves, a free thinker. You can't always go with the crowd. I'm telling you, this is what literally has changed my life. Instead of following what my parents told me how to do, who didn't have the results that I wanted, for example, right? Instead of following my friends, my family, you know, those who were really like, they had my best interests at heart, but they didn't know how to get the results I wanted, I went out and seeked out from people who were actually getting the results I wanted. So let me give you an example. So let me explain it like this. You wouldn't ask someone who is fat how to get in shape, would you? Same thing with this. You can't ask people who don't have financial success on how to be financially successful, because if they knew how to do it, they would be it, right? Because if you go out there, your friends or family ask them, hey, how do I be successful in life? They're going to tell you, go to school plus get a degree equals success. Because this is the formula they've been taught. But you can clearly see that that does not work. And they've tried it and it doesn't work. It's been proven over and over again that it doesn't work for most people. Right? It's not a proven formula for success. But that's what they'll tell you because that's what the group think is. And if you go and follow it, you're going to get the same result that most people get. Right? This is why you have to actually go out there and find people who have actually found the formula to get you what you want. Because the way they think is not the same way that the group think is. They think and create the things, they think in a way that produces the result that you want. So if you want to be able, so what I did was to be able to create financial success. What I did to create financial success is I went out and I found people who had financial success and followed what they taught me. And that's how I got my financial success. I stopped listening to the crowd that didn't have the results I wanted and started listening to the ones that had the results that I wanted. So I hope that helped you guys. I hope this helps you guys out. If you have any thoughts about this or any questions about this, put it below. I'm going to reply back to every single comment at the bottom of this. If this helps you out, let me know. If you have any questions or any thoughts, good or bad, I don't care. Put it below. I'll reply back to you. And Yeah, leave a like and we'll go from there.